right? We want some people to sign up for that. You don't need too many, but it should be a really fun program. So if you're interested a little bit more, come see either one of us and we can make that happen. And we'll kind of work out the timing of that. It's probably going to be both days, Saturday, Sunday, or just Saturday, or half days, and the rest of the time at the chamois, whatever you guys want to do, depending on what. It's more for fun, right? It's for fun and becoming better and learning this mountain and learning what's good at what times and where to ski what. It'll be a great program. I highly suggest you do it. Okay, so new goal evaluation for this year. We're going to do a little bit different with our goals. We've identified a little bit of a situation in the years past, and we want to be more involved with our goals. We feel like this is a very important thing moving forward. Goals are everything. You can meet your goals. You can see them. We want you to be able to feel like even those big dreaming big goals are reachable. And we just got to go up the ladder. So everyone will get a goal card. You're going to carry around that goal card with you every day, on the hill, at home, wherever. Right? The purpose of this card is to be able to see it every day so the coach can pull it out on the hill and get more personal and intimate with the details of what you're inspiring to be. All right? It's not just going to be a sheet of paper hanging on your locker anymore. Right? Or on the floor, or in the trash can. Right? We want it to be there. We want it to be every day you're looking at it. We want you to be inspired. We want you to wake up every morning with these goals in your head and be pumped to rip off some push-ups and sit-ups every day, every morning. Get pumped for skiing. Right? It's going to make you stronger and make you the best you can be. We're going to evaluate these twice a year and then once at the end, and they're going to be on a specific date that will be in the calendar. So be there on those days when your group is up for the goal review. The parents, it's going to go on your little YouTube channel. We'll talk about that in a moment. But you'll be able to see these. You'll be able to be a part of this. How is my son doing? How is my daughter doing? These are going to answer some of the questions. All right? We're always brainstorming to have better goal ideas. So if you have some good ones, come see me. Come see your coaches. Right? We can always do better. So if you have some good ideas, let me know. We're all involved. Okay, communication. How are we going to communicate this year? We will be sending out a few emails. Just a few. I'm not big on emails. In the past, I used to do all emails and nobody really read them. So I just get tons of phone calls. So we stay away from emails a little bit, but on big important stuff, what we're going to do through the winter break, we're going to bring in some emails. The website. There is a calendar on the website. It's pretty much updated. It will continue to be updated every week with little things, right? There's also a news section on the website. Click that news section or scroll down to the bottom of the website. That's where all the updates are, right? You can see all that stuff come through. If you don't know the website, it is squawfree.org. Go on, check it out. Everybody should probably know it by now. The app. Does everybody have the app? We're working to make the app better and better and better. But the app is pretty quick. It's for little things to help us all communicate a little better. If the road to Boreal is brutal and it's very dangerous and there's a lot of people and a lot of traffic, we might cancel a Woodward, and that's going to come through the app. If a day like today where there's no chairlifts running and there's no way to ski, I don't find this information out till about 6:37. So the app is a way for me to immediately get you that information so you're not in your car halfway here and I'm like, oh, there's a note on the door like it used to be, no team, right? Just 5 or 6 years ago we had just notes on the door, sorry. Or we're up here, or we're down there, right? So it's changed, and we're trying to be more with the communication. Instagram, Facebook site. I'm personally not a big fan, but Shelly runs most of the Instagram and the Facebook. All these coaches are going to post We are not in the everybody gets an award thing, but we are giving everybody props. We're pushing out how much fun we're having every day. So check that out on a daily basis. There's going to be updates. There's going to be stuff like Trevor's massive backflips that he throws on a daily basis. We're going to promote that out. So, podiums and stuff like that's going to be on the Instagram. So make sure you get that. You can always text me. You can always call me. You can always text and call a lot of these guys up here too, although some of the younger ones are probably busy on their phone doing other stuff. But a lot of you younger mogul guys have Shelly's number. A lot of the big mountain guys got Kevin's and Trevor's. But if you have any questions, call me. Try to come see me and meet me and put your name in my phone. Make sure I get your name in my phone. My phone rings 24 hours a day. If it's just a number, I don't answer it. If you leave a message, I will get to the message. If the message is less than 5 seconds, I will not read the message. So if you got a message, let it out. Tell me what you got to do. And you can always text me. You can text me, hey Jamil, put my number in your phone. This is my number. It's a good way to get a hold of me. I'll usually get back. I am going to be out on the hill a lot more this year, so I might not be available at all times during the day. But I will be around. Please make sure that the numbers that you gave us on the registration forms are your phone numbers, not your work number. I am not calling you to chit-chat with you to see how your day is going. I'm calling you because there's an issue, or there's an injury, or something that needs to be dealt with. All right? So it's real important that the number that you gave me on that registration form is the right numbers. Okay? There's a lot of new rules with insurances now. We can't just take a kid to a clinic and say go to work on his broken arm or whatever it is, his twisted ankle. We need your approval, and we don't want him just sitting around in pain waiting for a phone call back or whatever. So make sure that we have your numbers. If you see, get my number in your phone if you want. It's on the website, so you can see it come through that it's me. Again, if I'm calling you, it's usually because I have something to say or there's something going on. It might be your kid did unbelievable today. It was such a pleasure to work with him. But you never know. Unfortunately. Okay, so. Alright, so we're going to go through some team rules real quick. Everybody's got to hear them. Now, I don't want to stand up here and bark at you a bunch of rules, but there does need to be some order in order for this to be successful and fun and to stay with being the best team in SWAT. There just has to be some rules, all right? So, you're going to hear them. Team motto, our team motto, and how we roll every day in the team room. The 5 words: loyalty, integrity, respect, accountability, and perseverance. That's their motto, and that's your motto. Every day we're at team. I'll say it again. Loyalty, integrity, accountability. Loyalty, integrity, respect, accountability, and perseverance. These are important words. We're going to put them all up at the locker room. You're going to see them every day. All right, let's get started with some words. Be on time, please. Please be on time. Right? You're on time for school. You're on time for work. You're on time for your doctor's appointments. Be on time. It doesn't do you any good on the weekends to get here at 9. There's no way to really time that anymore. If you plan to be here at 9, you're probably going to get here at 10:30 or 11 some days. Right? So be on time. Try to be here as early as possible. I'm in the team room around 7. Right? Somebody will be in there. It's important to be on time. It is important to make it to stretch. Some of you older kids, hello. It is important to get to stretch. It is proven to limit your injuries. Proven that stretch will limit your injuries. If you miss it and you get injured, it's kind of like told you so, right? It is impossible for you to have a young one of our younger Grom skiers, and show up at 9 o'clock looking around for a group. Okay? On the weekends it gets busy. If we have a group up on top of the hill and we got to come all the way down to grab a kid, to sit in a Funi line to get all the way back up, that just ruined every other kid's in that group's morning. Right? There's 2 times to show up. 8:30 and 12:30. If you can't make it at 8:30, you can show up at 12:30 and we'll get you in for the afternoon group. It is tough to have a coach, have a group, start working with their group, and then all of a sudden have 2 more kids show up because they called their other buddies to see where their group is. Then they got to adjust everything. Sometimes we work in partners, sometimes we work in other ways. So it's disrespectful in a way, right? If you're a coach, you made it on time, you want to make this all work, we're having a great time, and then the slackers come in and all of a sudden show up in the back of a group because they called their buddies and they're like, you just showed up. Right? It affects everything. We're trying to make this the best time ever. Alright? So everybody get involved. Does everybody understand now? This is kind of a few years old, but this one isn't, but there is traffic. Everybody gets that, right? Now, everybody at Squaw, you understand it? You haven't moved to Sugar Bowl yet? I mean, like, we understand there's traffic. I never hit traffic in the morning. Not one time. I'm here pretty early, but there's never traffic. And usually my theory is that for every moment after 7:30 that you leave Truckee, every 5 minutes costs you about 15 or 20. And it exponentially grows at 8 o'clock. And it's every weekend now. It is what it is. There's tons of coffee shops. We'll have coffee in the team room. You can always talk to a coach, right? We'll make it better for you, but it just makes it easier to get here early. We will always have videos running, whether it's a park competition, or a movie, or a Momo comp, or our own video review. There's always going to be something to do in there, all right? Lunch is usually 45 minutes. Some days it changes. If it's really good, these guys want to get back out and ski. They want to hang out and eat lunch for an hour. They want to get something bite to eat, warm up for a quick second, and get back up. So it does change, but on an average, it's about 45 minutes. We do not monitor you in the village. We do not monitor athletes in the village. So when you get to team room, you are going to take your skis off. You're going to put them on the wall. Are you going to, Seamus, are you going to leave them on the ground in the snow? No, not. We are right next to patrol, and we are right next to dispatch. Snowmobiles and cats come through there, and they need to leave really fast, and they do not care about skis. They will run over them, and your skis will be ruined. So, they will tell you what time to get ready, get your skis on, and be ready. If you are not ready at that time, they are gone. Right? They're adios. See you later. You might have to wait for another group that came in later. You might not be in the same group. It might be easy to get a hold of them, but you want to be back on that time. It's important. Punctuality is important. Next, come prepared to ski. Pretty simple rule. Have a full belly. Have a good diet. Be ready to go. Have the appropriate gear for the day. All right? Going out in a sweatshirt on a day like today is probably not your best bet, in general. So understand the day. Everybody's got the apps now, weather apps, this, that. Use them. See what the day is. Have an extra set of goggles. Have an extra set of gloves. Have them put them in their locker, their backpack, and that way when it's really cold or something, they can just put on a new set. Have some hand warmers, right? Gear that you need would be helmets, back protectors, mouth guards. Get your mouth guards. Every year, there is at least 1 to 5 kids that bite right through their tongue or their lip. It takes stitches, it hurts. It's a pretty easy way to not bite through your mouth and blow out your teeth is to have a mouth guard. And the second thing is, the mouth guard in your pocket doesn't really do you any good, right? So you can put it in your pocket on the chairlift, but when you get up, put it on. Know your own equipment, right? Know your own equipment. Learn to put your stuff on. If you cannot put your ski boots on, you may be in the wrong program unless you can learn really, really, really fast, right? We're not babysitters. We're here to accomplish your dreams, right? I mean, my 3-year-old can now put her boots on. She has a little bit of trouble with the buckles, but I bet she's going to sort that out by mid-year, right? So we can all do this. Try it on, get your boots on, make it work. Take care of your equipment. These are your tools. Take care of it, right? It's a pretty simple thing. So, while you are on the team, we ask that this team in skiing is your main priority, not your cell phone, not what other people are doing. Skiing is your main priority while we are here. These guys are all here for you, right? We're all going to make it work. We just ask that this is your priority as well. So I kind of discussed the cell phone deal. We have an issue with cell phones. We just do. It is the world now. Let it go a little bit. If you're on it in the morning for a second and you're not late for team, that's fine if you're not late for stretch. You don't need to be on your cell phone every chairlift. You don't need to be on your cell phone every time we stop to discuss. Let it go, right? If you can just leave it in your locker while you ski, your phone's going to last longer anyway. Not going to break it, right? Don't spend your whole lunch hour on the phone. Meet some people, talk to some people. Every day we're going to have push-up competitions, sit-up competitions. We're watching videos. Get involved. Get your face out of the electric equipment for one day or 2 in a row. You must be respectful of the team room as well as everyone and everything in the team room. Treat it as like your own. You can do what you want with your lockers. I'm pretty open about that. You can build whatever you want in there, except for extension cords. That locker room is 1,000,000 years old. Everything is barely hanging on, and we just can't have any power that I don't know about that might be running at night, because it could be the end, right? It's really old, and I've walked around, I've seen some electrical equipment, boot heaters and lockers that run. If you just don't know what's going to get next to that and what it's going to cause, it's a very, very old locker room. We like it, but just no electric equipment. Everything else is all good. Okay, the top one. We have zero tolerance for bullying, fighting, stealing, destruction of the team room, right? No vapor pens or whatever they're called. No drugs and no alcohol. Period. Zero tolerance. Zero. Enough said? You don't get a strike anymore. Zero. You will be handed your stuff. We will wave goodbye. Simple, right? So, no horseplay out front. I know it's fun to go out front to have snowball fights. You can head over to the right of the team room a little bit. But on the left of the team room is dispatch and patrol. The two most important things at SQUA are dispatch and patrol. Okay? If somebody's got to run to save a life, and there's a bunch of kids playing and snowball fighting out on the hillside there, the side hill, getting in their way, it's just frustrating and it causes issues. Alright? So stay off of that side hill. That path to ski patrol, most of you guys know where that's at. Leave it alone. Stay out of that area. It is an important area. When they need to go, they need to go. Alright? Because it might be for you. Right? And you don't want them wasting any time. Right? Okay. With that being said, hey, everybody should have dispatch's number in their telephone. All right, so pull out your phone right now. Dispatch number is 530. This is the only time I'm going to tell you to pull out your phone. This is it. This is the only time. Okay, you guys ready? No wonder you guys are on your phone so much. You don't have to. Okay, 530-452-7145. 7145. Good job, Matt. You're smart guy. That's ski patrol. That's dispatch. That's squad patrol. Right? Is Buckmaster here? No Buckmaster? Oh, Drew's here. Oh, Buckmaster's right there. If you have any problems, you just talk to Buckmaster here. She spends half her day at the patrol at the dispatch office. She'll probably be answering the phone for you half the time. Who knows? Did you get it? Max, slow, man. You're so slow. Okay, clean up after yourselves. Throw your trash away. Keep the room clean. Man, every year it gets worse and worse, right? Back in Peterson's day in the back, he'd have you hanging up by your jacket coat on the end if you drop a napkin. Now I walk in there and it's like everybody just threw everything around. Clean up after yourself and clean up after others. Okay? If you see it on the ground, throw it away. I got garbage cans all over in that place. That little corner by the TV looks like a hurricane hits it every day. I'm not sure if any food hit your mouth. And why plastic just needs to go on the floor. I don't get it. I'm confused. All right? Clean up after yourself. Team room is usually open. We'll get through the team room and the code, but it's usually open all mornings and you can get in. You are no longer, it's been misused. Okay? You guys misused it. It's over. It's not open anymore after 5 o'clock. Alright? You can't bring your buddies in there and hang out at night. It's not for that anymore. Alright? We used to just leave it open and trust you, but there's been so many calls from security. Like, hey Jamil, your lights are on, there's people in the team room, it's 8 o'clock at night. Right? And I don't live in Squaw anymore, so I can't just hop on over and see what's going on. I have to get in my car, drive all the way up here, and see what's going on. It doesn't make me too happy. So, it's over. Closes at 5 o'clock. Go do something else. You've been here long enough. No friends in the team room. It's for Squaw Free athletes and coaches only. Squaw Free athletes and coaches only. Parents, you get a 1 weekend getaway free card. You can go in this weekend. You can help them with their lockers. You can get some things set up. Right? But from that day on, it's time to say goodbye, right? Trust them. We got this. We've been doing it for many, many years. Let them go. They got it. They can do it on their own, right? If you have issues or you have something to talk about, you're welcome to come in and come to my office, but no longer in the team room, okay? I already said know your equipment. Label your equipment. Label it. Put your name on it. There's so much of the same gear in that team room, you'd be blown away. Right? And if you get on a pair of skis that you think are yours, but they're not, and the boots, you think they fit in there, but they don't really fit in there, you're dealing with an accident. Or kids looking around for their stuff. So just put your name on your stuff. Alright? Take good care of your equipment. Seamus, take good care of your equipment. Take good care of your lockers. Right? Between Seamus and Bo Rolene, there is nowhere to walk in that team room because their crap is all over the place. All over. We had to move them this year to the corner so we didn't have to walk through it. It's unbelievable. First of all, I can't believe you fit that much crap in your locker. And second of all, I don't know why it has to end up on the entire area. All right? Every day, put your stuff back in your locker, shut it. Get a lock. All right? The zero tolerance rule is real, but we've had some issues as of late. The last couple years, there's been some things missing. So get a lock. Put the lock on your locker, right? And lock it up. That way you won't have any issue. Okay? Do not mess around with other people's stuff, number one, but get a lock. Stay out of the coach's room. That little square box that smells super good. Stay out of that room. It's not your spot, that's their spot. It's their breather, that's where they put their stuff, it's not for you. Make sure your equipment is checked and ready. Checked and ready is a big deal. So if you got new boots, did you check them to your skis? Yeah. Right? It's a big deal. Make sure they're ready. If they're not, or you're not sure, hit one of these guys up that will help you out. Okay? Do not use the back door. I know I'm kind of spitting a lot of stuff out. This will all be up online, and we're videotaping it for you too, so you can have that. But do not use the back door. If you need some air back there, that's fine. We can make that work. But it's not for coming in and out. It's not for sneaking out the back door around. All right? I can hard lock it back there if you want, but no back door. Okay. Again, you can get your phones out for one more time. The code to the locker room front door is in Roman numerals, and it's 512. You press in the button, the Roman numeral 5, the Roman numeral run, and the Roman numeral 2, and you turn the handle towards the door, and it opens. Do not mess with the doorknob on the bottom, only the top. 512. Okay? Last to leave, there is a little rule. There's a couple of things you got to do. If there's nobody else in the team room and you're walking out, you got to turn off the lights, right? You got to make sure you lock that top lock. As you shut the door, you're just going to turn the knob the other way, away from the doorknob. Boom. That's it. Okay? 512. That's how you get in the locker room. Don't give that out, although it's been the same code for about 25 years. It's not for everybody just to go. And again, if I see people, I'll have to hard lock it if I have to. I don't want to. But if I walk in there at 5:30 at night and there's a kid in there with 5 buddies that I don't know, it's just going to have to be hard locked. I don't want to do it, right? But, so remember, it's for coaches and athletes only. That's why, I mean, the locker room is our clubhouse. It's a video room. It's a conference room. And, you know, for me, it's a second home. So treat it well, okay? Just a couple of on-hill rules. Let's see where we're at on time. So a couple of on-hill rules real quick. These are important. We are the best team on this mountain. We are also a special little program that's not always affiliated with Squaw Valley. And you have numbers on you. People are looking for you. We are going to be the best program out there. We are going to respect everybody, every customer, every other person skiing, everybody in line, every lift off, other teams, race teams, big mountain teams, other coaches, respect. I want everybody that works for this hill or on this hill to come up to these coaches and be like, your kids are awesome. Thank you. You're the best program. Everything comes full circle. If this happens, the coaches are going to be like, you guys are awesome. Let's go have a great day. And I got you some lollipops today. Right? It all comes full circle. Rule number 1, if you get separated from your group, go immediately and directly to the team room. If there is no coach in the team room, there will be a radio above the water bottle. Press the button on the side and talk loudly. Don't just go out to me. To me. to speak up, right? You got to speak up. Press the radio button, speak up. All right, if there's nobody in there. So if you get lost from your group, just go to the team room. The coach knows how many people are in his group or her group, and they're going to realize that somebody is missing, right? And they're going to head down to the team room. It's a very easy way. It's a very simple method. You get lost, you can't see anybody, you go down to the chair, they're not there, they obviously went to a different one that you didn't hear. Just cruise to the team room. We'll help you out, we'll sort you out, we'll get you right away. Boom.
What if you don't have a phone and you're somewhere where you don't know?
If you don't have a phone and you're somewhere where you don't know, go to the nearest chairlift and talk to the chair. They will sort you out. You see anybody in a Squaw Valley jacket, go talk to them. They will sort you out. The same way we lived when nobody had a phone. Okay, like I said earlier, we are all representatives of Squaw Valley, here and on the road. Right? We are ambassadors of this mountain. Okay? Always remember that. It's bigger than you. Right? When you're in the village, you're an ambassador of this mountain. Right? This is one of the greatest mountains on the planet Earth. Be proud to be a part of it. Be polite. We already said that. Be polite and respectful to everybody else. Obey all the mountain rules. Right? All the closed signs. All the caution signs out there. Right? Put your bar down. Every lift, get the bar down. Every lift, the first thing you do is lower that bar. Alright? I don't want to see any kid, even you big girls in the back, or boys in the way back. Bar down every time. Simple, easy, put it down. Right? There is no way I am riding Red Dog Lift without the bar down. Period. That thing is scary. Put the bar down. Alright? Does anybody here know the skier's code? It's an old school method, but it's still alive, it's still kicking. Who knows one? Raise your hand. Who knows one of the skier codes? Lene.
Always look in front of you.
Always look uphill. And in front of you. Wilkins.
Downhill skier has the right of way.
Downhill skier has the right of way. Max.
Skiers are better than snowboarders.
That's not right. That is not one. Respect for everybody. Okay.
I know one.
Wow.
If you ever see a snowboarder in the middle of the run sitting down and spray them.
Okay. Be in control. Number one, always be in control. Always be in control. Right? Be able to stop to avoid hazards or other people. Always be in control. Number two, people ahead of you have the right of way. Always look uphill. Right? No stopping where there's obstructions in the trail. Do not stop in the middle of a trail. Stop on the side. Right? When you enter a run, be aware that there's people coming in. Simple rules. Observe all posted signs and closed trails. Right? If anything, if you break any of these rules, I hear everything. I hear everything. Right? It will get back to me. We will be talking about it. Let's avoid that and just avoid breaking any rules. Mountain run. The old mountain run. The mountain run is not our run. We are rad skiers. We're not beginners. The mountain run is for beginners. But we have to use it to get down the hill a lot. Right? The mountain run is not our run. It is not the place to show off. Right? That's not the spot. You're going to ski like little bunnies down the mountain run. You'll be behind your coaches. They will expect, they will talk to you every time. It's not a place to ski switch. It's not a place to hit the side hills. It's not a place to spray snowboarders. It's not a place. All right? That's not where we train. That is to get up and down the hill. Simple. Okay? That is not the spot to show off. That's where all the patrol are. That's where I will hear it. If you go even a little bit fast down the mountain run, my phone will ring. And I will get in trouble. Which means you will get in trouble. Okay, we do have a trampoline once in a while. We will put that trampoline up. There are simple rules with the trampoline. You cannot jump on it unless a coach is there. Simple. And one person at a time. Simple rules. The trampoline will not be up all the time. We go to Woodward twice a week or more. Right? Obey the rules. If you see the trampoline, right? Go ask a coach if you want to jump on the trampoline. Hey, I want to go jump on the tramp. Somebody's going to come down and watch you on the tramp. No jumping on it alone. Alright? A couple of things we're going to get into is the competition guide. Competitions. We all like to compete. We are a competition-based team. If it's your first year and you're not quite sure, we're going to walk you through it. You don't have to jump into competition. We do expect you to do one. We hope you do one comp and get involved. Alright? We compete in many different disciplines. You must be a member of the appropriate discipline in order to compete. So, we compete under the USSA umbrella, under the USASA umbrella, under the IFSA umbrella, and under the TJFS umbrella. Alright? So, you got to be members of all these things in order to get registered, in order to compete. Alright? So, all this stuff is online. We'll have a few people come up and talk about the divisions really quick for you. But, if you have any questions, it's online. If you have any other questions about these things, you can come talk to me. Alright? Competition gives a sense of accomplishment that you're just not going to get. Right? Mobile competitions are hard. Park competitions are hard. Big mountain competitions are hard. Hardly anybody out there is doing these things. Right? You're doing something that most of the skiers on the hill can't do. Be proud of yourself. Right? Compete. It's good for you. The big mountain sign-ups. I have it all set up with the dates and the times of the nationals and everything that you possibly need to get signed up. It starts on Monday with the snowbird sign-ups. I know it's a tough competition to get into. I don't know how many people are here that are trying to get into that one. It's all going to be on the website with the exact time. My suggestion to you is get a fast computer and get signed up immediately at the second that that bell rings. There are limited spots for every competition. If you want to get in them, you got to do that way. It is the way it is. It is a first come, first served business. On the TJFS level, if some of you guys don't know how that works, that's kind of the same thing. There's going to be a date that you can sign up. Get signed up. If you're on the waiting list, it is a first come, first serve on the waiting list. Whoever gets injured or somebody opens up a spot, they will just go down the list and open it up. So all these dates will be up. I suggest you look at that, pay attention to it, and get signed up. That way you can go to the comp that you want to. The only really tough one to get into that's going to be really hard is Snowbird. Okay? So anybody interested in Snowbird that is not pre-quoted in, please come see me, and I will sort you out. Okay?
Test your login.
Test your login. It's a game, and it's a serious game. And if you're 5 minutes late, you don't got a spot. It's basically that simple. If you're 1 minute late, I don't think you'll get a spot. Like it's just go, go, go. So I know Truckee doesn't have the best internet. If you know somebody that has super powerful, high, fancy internet, I would suggest you befriend them and get involved in that. Alright? Points list. Points list. Everything has a points list. They go for a national championships. Points are important to a lot of these kids. Again, as soon as we get to certain times, parents and kids start freaking out about their points. I have never in my career, which is a long career here, ever seen a kid that deserved to go to a championships not get in. That deserved it, that laid down their runs, that worked hard. I've never seen it. right? So if you're panicking about points right before the points list, you're going backwards. It's not the right way to do things. You're putting wrong pressure on your kids, right? If you're good enough, it'll come to you, right? If you laid down some runs and you didn't make it, work harder. Work hard. It'll all come to you, right? Don't chase points. It doesn't do any good. Go out there and rip and get better, and then everybody will be chasing you. Okay? So everybody got that? We'll go through it again when the points list 3 comes out and everybody's in a panic. Last year we took 25 kids to junior nationals, right? You lay down a couple of runs, you're probably going to go, right? So, we'll talk about this more. There'll be more information out there. Speaking of more information, there's a guide on the website to be a more supportive parent, or how to be a supportive parent. How to not put pressure on your kids, right? You guys got to trust us up here. You have to trust us. It is not their first rodeo. These guys are really good at what they're doing. Their first concern is safety, all right? And then to get the kid to those big dreams. Believe in them. Are we past the everybody needs a medal stage, or are we in the middle of it? Is it coming back, or is it fading away? I don't know. I'm not sure anymore. So, look, everything we do is a competition. Shelly's going to walk into that team room at lunchtime and be like, boom, pull-up comp, go. Winner gets $1 or a lollipop. Loser gets nothing. Right? If you stick with this program, you will start winning if you don't feel like you're winning. We will identify you. We will do some things, but not everybody wins. Okay? Every sport that we do is subjective, right? It's judged. Okay? You cannot be a parent and walk up and start freaking out why your kid was judged a certain way and not. You can ask nicely. The coach knows the scoring. He will explain it. It's subjective. If you don't want subjective, there's a race team. Fastest person wins. It's a great concept, trust me. Love it. But it is subjective. They're seeing things you're not. Alright? We will explain that with your child. But when you come in and you're a parent and you're mad about the judges, you just ruined that kid's competition, and you probably just may have ruined a ski career. Alright? Support. They need support. It's not about the score. Again, it will come to you if you work hard and trust who's up here. Okay, travel. For some of you guys that want to travel, if you're new, just reach out to us. We'll tell you some of the comps that were going on. It's on the website. I believe the Mogul comp is going to 2 comps this year. Sun Valley and Park City. The Park City Mogul Comp is going to be an awesome competition. It's going to have the World Cup there. So we'll compete during the day, and then we'll all go to Deer Valley and go to the World Cup. That's going to be a fun time. Sun Valley is always a great competition as well. So it's kind of up to what you want to do, but we're limited on space in Park City, and if you're interested in going there, Shelly's probably already full. We go by pretty much the older kids first that need the help, and then the younger kids who will probably travel with their parents anyway. But if you're interested in going there, the ski towns are blown out now. They're busy every weekend, busy every week, right? The stock market was good this year. I don't know, but they're busy. It's hard to get places to stay. So if you're interested, start looking into it now. The date for Park City is on the website. If you have any questions about that, Shelly can sort you out. Kevin will be traveling to multiple comps as well. Most of his team is pretty experienced with how it works. If there's new people on the Big Mountain team, talk with Kevin. We will have some open spots, especially in the younger age groups. But he'll travel as well. Plus there's a TJFS, a local Big Mountain competition. I would love to see more mogul and park skiers get involved in the big mountain competition side and make that happen. And Tio and Coop, they pretty much have their team on lock. But if you're interested in some park, they will be probably going to Park City. They will probably be going to Mammoth once or twice, depending upon the snow and what squad decides to finally build here in this park. So they will travel. These coaches are awesome to travel with. We really, we're in a different world a little bit now with insurance and how it works. But we really believe the bond between the coach and the athlete is really important. So we are going to continue to house athletes and stay with them and travel with them. This may be a short-lived thing. I don't know how long it's going to last anymore, right? So it's a great thing. These guys are awesome. You get to know so much of a coach over making dinner, right? And number two, look, your kids act differently when you're not around, right? And to be honest, they're a lot better, right? They're doing the dishes. They're helping. They're doing what they're told. They work harder. They're not pointing, looking for you, right? It is an amazing experience to get to travel with this team and these coaches, right, and be a part of it. So, just kind of know that. We've always had a house mom, and we can see that child acts differently when mom's there and when mom's gone. It's as clear as day. And it's usually for the better, right? So, let them go a little bit. It's the time. 9, 10, I know it's tough, but let them go. That's about all I got to say about that. So we talked about the Big Mountain registration. So getting into some of these, Jim's going to talk about, Jim Winterberger is on the board. He's going to give you a couple seconds of his time and talk about the USASA and the North Tahoe Series. We want to get some more of these people involved, all right?
You want me to just talk from here?
That's fine.
All right, thank you, Jamil. So there's been some changes at USASA. For parents and kids who don't know what USASA is, that's Park and Pipe, Rail Jam, and Skier Cross. So the series director from last year, Greg Janecki, moved on. He's now at Windell's Academy. And the structure has changed. There is a new series director. His name is Simon Haskell. He used to run Hurley Surf Brands. He is a North Star affiliate, and there's a 3-member board supporting him. The whole concept behind that is to get North Star's coaches and to get our coaches continuously focused on the kids and not dealing with any nonsense. We're absolutely blessed to have 2 of the best park coaches in the country, and they ought to be dealing with the kids and not worrying about radios and fencing and all that sort of stuff. USASA has 11 events on the schedule. You can go to the national website, usasa.org, go to our series, you can see all that. It was updated, I believe, yesterday. Another key date is Friday, the 20th. That's a pizza party at Woodward. We're going to give out bibs at that time, and just to roll into the Rail Jam the next day, all ready to go, kind of end it early and not have awards carry into the late evening hours. How many kids are currently signed up for USASA? I think Maria's the only this age kid, so you're in the loop with Future Tour and Rev and all that stuff. Tito's. You can put your hand out now. So that's kind of it. Back to Jamil's point about registering on time. Thursday by noon. So if you have a skier cross or a slopestyle event on a Saturday, you have to sign up by Thursday at noon. And I've been told there's nothing we can really do about that. You may be able to slide down the hill and hit jumps, but you will not score in USASA's system. So any questions, just see me afterwards.
Thanks, Jim. We want to get more kids involved in the park side. They have rail jams. It's not like you're going off and jumping off of huge jumps. The rail jams at night, they're super fun. If you're interested, get signed up at USASA today. I believe you go to NorthTahoeSeries.com.
usasa.org, and then you
Oh,
can search
and-
by the series. They're
yeah.
all there.
So it's the North Tahoe series. You go to usasa.org, you search by the North Tahoe series, and you can see what's going on, and you can get involved. These events are really fun. And if you get a chance to have a couple of these guys coach for you that you don't usually get to, they're super awesome, man. You'll have a great time. Switch it up a little bit. We're a family. We do it all, right? You don't got to be so mogul-centric or just Big Mountain-centric or just park-centric. You can switch it up, right? Ask them if they're interested. We can make it all happen. Okay, on the mogul side of things, Sebastian back there is the director of the Far West Freestyle, and he's going to kind of walk you through a little bit of registration information as well.
Wow. Hi.
You are now, I guess.
I'm on now. Good. So for who's new? Who's new to the team? Can I get show of hands? Go ahead. If you are new to the team, we are US Ski and Snowboard. We are the body that organizes the competition, and you need to register with US Ski and Snowboard and get a membership. From that membership, there will be a national membership, and you will also need to get a divisional membership, which is the Far West Freestyle membership. So we will, if you come over, we'll show you the division website. It's a brand new website. It came out yesterday. It's got a schedule. It's got lots of information. We'll make it, get you in touch and get you your registration set up. One thing that Jamil said earlier, when you are on the mountain and you're wearing a bib, it is critical that you remember that you are representative of divisions, you're representative of US Ski and Snowboard. It's a really big deal. Wear it with pride and respect other skiers, respect the mountain, respect the lines. You don't want to have to pull kids out of competitions because they are not respectful. We are there to make your dreams happen. So the coaches are there to coach you, to train with you, to give you the ropes. We are a group of volunteers, Eric next to me, and lots of people around these rooms are there to make those competitions happen. And there will be one other spiel about volunteers. This is a purely volunteer organization. All parents, I don't care who you are, all parents pick up a piece of gear, help in one way, shape, or form with competition. So, what? Registrations are always going to be online. You will have a USSA account or US Ski and Snowboard account, and it is at usskiandsnowboard.org, or it is at myussa.org for your own account and for your own registration.
So you can, on our website, squadfree.org, you can get all this information. It's going to lead you to Sebastian's side. It'll also tell you how to get, which Sebastian's side will tell you how to get to the USASA side. If you have any problems, you can call me or talk to me. We'll get you signed up. Good point about what Sebastian said. Usually, at competitions, we're in a rush to get our training runs in. Remember that after the mogul run, which is one of the hardest runs on the hill, you're going through a groomed run that's with a bunch of beginners, and you're going into a line with a bunch of people. You can't cut in line, right? You don't get that opportunity. You just got to wait your turn. All lines go fairly fast. It's just that you're sitting that makes them feel like they're forever, but they go fairly fast. You can't really cut in line, okay? So just kind of remember that. We're going to have Nina. Is Nina here yet? She was cross-country skiing smart. She's going to come here and talk about concussions in a little moment. But now we're going to get into this awesome coaching staff. I'm going to switch it up a little bit. All right? This is the A team. There's no coaching staff at Squaw that even comes close. And maybe in the country. We're missing a few people on the first weekend, but they'll be here next week. You'll get a chance to meet them. I'll let you know who they are. But This is it. This is what makes the machine run. Okay? These guys are as good as it gets. You guys are extremely lucky, you don't even know. Life changers. Dream makers. Alright? That's these guys. So I'm going to start, I'm going to introduce them, not in line, just how the thing goes. First is John Morton, better known as Morty. Morty is the lead bassist for a punk rock band called the Drinking Machine Guns. They are awesome. If you like punk music, you gotta go see Morty and his band. And he runs a window cleaning business in the summer. He's been coaching for us since 2001. That's a long time. That's someone who cares right there. So let's go through Morty's little bio here. Second at the Squaw 3 Dogging event last year. He claims that his visor cost him the win, but I don't know about that. 20 years coaching Squaw 3. 8th at the 1997 Bud Mogul Pro Championship. Any of you guys remember the Bud Pro Mogul Champ? Not you, Joe. I know you do. So it was the best of the best back there. East Coast Extreme Champion 1996. Most of you guys weren't even born. Killington Bear Mountain Mogul Champion, Kirkwood Champion. But my greatest is still being able to do it. That's his greatest achievement. It's awesome, man. Have you ever seen him rip a mogul course? How old are you now? 31?
29.
29. It's amazing. It's amazing. Thanks, Morty. Number 2, Old Man River, in the back over there.
Joey, stand up.
Joe Cordo is in the back. Okay, sit back down. Sit back down. Sit back down. That's all you need. Good. All right. Who's ever skiing with Joe, can you take it easy on the old boy, all right? He's one of the best coaches in the business. You're going to get really good when you go ski with them. But we're trying to recover him, right? We're trying to heal him up a little bit. Joe is a 4-time World Pro Mogul Champion. 4-time World Pro Mogul Champion. He's won over 25 Pro Mogul events. 10 years of consecutive Warren Miller movies from 1977 to 1987. And he is a NASCAR National Champion, 2018. That's racing, if you guys don't know. The guy does it all. He's still a better skier than you are. And we are lucky to have the guy here. He is a, what would you call it? He is a mound of information. All right? It doesn't get much better. Okay. Next up, who is not here, we're missing, is old Gubby. Gubby's in Florida right now catching some rays before it goes. Most of you know Gubby, there's only one Aaron McGovern, there are not 2. Thank God. But he is a special individual and he cares immensely. And Gubby was ranked 2nd and 3rd in the world by IFSA. He's been in 8 different movie segments with Matchstick Production, 3 different movie segments with Teton Gravity Research, qualified for the first X Games skier cross, first recipient of the Full Throttle Award for Powder Magazine, tons of magazine covers, and he won the base jump competition in the Payne McShampley event. He's a base jumping guru, but he's not going to take you with you. So. That's Gubby. Next up, we got Shelly Robertson. Shelly Robertson is our head mogul coach. She's my muscle. All right. Shelly's 12 years on the U.S. ski team. That takes dedication. That takes a lot of work. She is the Deer Valley World Cup champion. She is a 2-time national champion. over 40 top 10 World Cup podiums. She's been featured in Freeze Magazine, which is a ski magazine. She had a movie segment in Warren Miller. 3-time Darren Ralph's bonsai champion. There's no moguls in bonsai. See how this transfers? Does everybody know the bonsai event? You guys remember that? It's basically just whoever's the fastest ripped down the mountain through this lane of hell. It's gnarly. Verbier Big Mountain champion and multiple Big Mountain podiums. It takes an extreme amount of dedication to go through what she's been through. She knows how to get there. She knows how to get there. She will get you there. Okay, next up is her little sidekick is Jared Simmons. Jared Simmons is not here. He is golfing in Pebble Beach. There's the one week he did. He told me this in June, so I give him a free pass. But Jared Simmons is a multiple-time Far West champion, 3-time NORAM champion. NORAM is North American World Cup Series. 5th at Junior Worlds, 5 years on the U.S. ski team. The list goes on. 1995 overall pro mogul champion. 20 years plus coaching with multiple U.S. team athletes. 2-time national aerial champion. NORAM Grand Prix champion. Eastern Divisional aerial champion. Oh. How does he say Hudson? I'm like Hudson. So that was it for Jared. Jared's been on the program. Jared used to run this team back in the early 2000s. He's now limited himself to coach. He is an awesome coach and a great skier in his own right too. Again, another U.S. team athlete, another world champion. This is who's coaching you. Harrison Smith is new to us this year. He was on the U.S. aerial team. All right? That means the guy knows how to jump. He can help you out. Harrison is 2-time national aerial champion, NORAM Grand Prix champion, Eastern Division aerial champion, and did the first ever quad flip at Belarus indoor water ramp. Next up, we got Ian Couture. Ian Couture grew up on this team. I used to coach him when he was about 8, and I used to coach with his dad. That's how long we've been here. It's crazy. But Ian is new to the team this year. He skied with Squaw Free for 7 years. He skied the middle knuckle when he was 10 years old. That's a pretty good accomplishment, really. And he was with Trevor on that day too, because I remember that day. That's how long it's been. He's super excited to bring a bunch of stoke back to the team, so let's welcome Ian to the team. We got Zylo. Zylo's been coaching for the team for 7 years. Zylo is our head of development. She's been coaching for us for a long time. She's got multiple podiums in the Braille Jams, the pipe and the slope tile competitions, 3rd place at USASA National Skier Cross Open Class. Started skiing at 18. She didn't ski when she was younger. She dedicated her life to it. What? Started coaching at 18. Teaching. Well, I don't know how old you are, so I'm hoping you're in your mid-20s. So that's Zylo. Give her a warm welcome. Next up, we have Jason Dobbs. Jason Dobbs is not here. A lot of you older guys know Jason Dobbs. He had a scope on his knee. He'll be back in a few weeks, but I'm always interested to see what Jason Dobbs would have to write. So let's just read this. Lifelong skier from Vail, Colorado. Squaw Free He's coached with us since 2003. 12th place overall 2006 Free Skiing World Tour. He founded our free ski program. We were just a motor program before we went on free skiing. So he founded it. He headed up for a long time before he broke himself off. Interesting little fact, we were the second free ski program in the nation. Only the second. There are 100 of them now. It's one of the biggest growing sports in the country, and we were the second team. I believe it was.
We don't speak of that.
I'm not sure. I think it was like snowboard. I'm not sure.
They suck.
Yes. Whoever said that.
He co-founded the TJFS, the Ottawa Junior Freeride Series, Banff Mountain Freestyle Featured Athlete, 2006 and 2007. Coached U.S. National Junior Team at the 2017 World Championships, and he is the executor of a mean Polish donut. That's Jason, he's not here either. Okay, next up. Cooper. Cooper Davidson is one of our two unbelievable park coaches. He's going to be coaching a lot more this season. He's always stoked to be here. Cooper is the man. So, Cooper Davidson, let's see. Cooper Davidson was skiing before his first birthday, competing at 8 years old. 2009-2010 USASA combined champ in half-pipe moguls and aerials. 2011 and 2012 Monster Recon Tour 3rd place. Filmed and traveled with Good Enough for New Schoolers. Webisodes. Coached for over 6 years. Team rider at Boreal Mountain. Product development, surfer skis. I didn't know that. Nice. Sponsors, testing skis. He placed first at the Squaw Freedog event. Again, only because Flority's visor got in his face. That's what it was. I don't know that we can do the Freedogger with these guys anymore because they win it. So we might have to open that up.
Cooper was skiing so well that day, Johnny wouldn't even go up against him.
I was there.
That's Johnny Mosley for all you that don't know. Wouldn't go up against the old Coop. Right next to Coop is Tyler Holman, T-Ho. Again, I challenge you to find two better park coaches in the country. Right? They're awesome. Get to know them. They're really not mean people at all. They're really nice guys. Coaching since 2006, Alpine Freestyle Team Director, 2009 to 2013. Alpine Meadows Big Mountain Coach, 2014 to 2016, until I stole him, 2016 to present. Second place Junior Olympics half pipe. Second place NORAM at NORAMs. Or what? Second. He doesn't count second. 2006. In 2016, he was the Chilean freestyle team national team coach, and first place in the first and maybe only Alpine to Squad 10K mile race, running race. He's a beast. I don't know if you guys have ever hiked at Peak with T-Ho, but it hurts. It hurts. Good point, Matt. Well said. He doesn't stop. He's got a motor like somebody I've never seen. I've seen him walk up rounds instead of taking the chair just for fun. He is a beast. Next up, we got Riley. Riley grew up at Squaw Free. He placed fifth at the Deer Valley National Mobile Championships, the U.S. Championships. He skied the NORAM Tour for a bunch of years, and he competed at Cork 7 before Trevor. So next up, we got Kevin O'Mara. I know he looks really tough because he's got long hair and a beard, but he's a really nice guy. Get to know him. He's our head big mountain coach. He is a rad skier. I highly suggest he's super fun to ski with if you follow him around. Hey, football's here already.
Oh, what happened?
Real quick on Kevin, 8 years coaching with Squaw Free, 8 years competing on the Freestyle World Tour and Freeride World Tour, top five in the World Tour, top 5 in the World Tour in 2008. First in the Spree Skiing Nationals at Snowbird 2006, second place Kirkwood Freeride World Tour 2011, 2007 Sickbird Award at the Squaw Freestyle World Tour, and second place at the Snowbird Freestyle World Tour Championships in 2008. I moved here from Sun Valley, which is a great mountain, but it's not the same as this. One of my first days, well, I thought I was a big deal. And one of my first days I came here, I skied with Kevin, and I was like, whoa, this is another game around here. Kevin is an awesome skier, you'll really like it. So, not here, real quick, before we get into Will. Not here is Bruce Perry Jr. Bruce Perry Jr. was a U.S. team athlete just a few years ago. He was a NORAM champion, NORAM Tour champion just a few years ago. He is coaching with us. He is also competing to make it back on the team. He is an awesome mogul skier. He's one of the most talented mogul skiers I've seen. He's a great coach, and he's super short. Okay. I got Tyler. Did I go through everybody except for Trevor? This is Trevor Simmons. Trevor Simmons is the best skier on this hill, period. Period. 100%. You can tell everybody. They all know it deep down. Alright. So now we're going to bring up Will Patton. He's the director of the Ski Patrol. He is a very busy man. He is a very important man. I suggest you keep quiet and listen to what he has to say.
Thanks, Jim. So some good news. I just came down from the upper mountain, and from about the bottom of Headwall up, it's absolutely dumping snow right now. So just hang in there. Snow levels are forecast to drop today, and we should see a couple feet on the upper mountain. It's looking real good. So thanks for letting me talk for a couple minutes here. Jamil asked me to come in and just put a name to the face a little bit, and just to touch on one of the biggest problems that we have at Squaw Valley, which is the mountain run. And before I touch on it, I wanted to thank you all very much for being the very best department in complying and cooperating with us. Of all the teams, Freestyle has been the best in terms of and that all starts with the leaders here, and so thank you guys sincerely for helping us with that. So the mountain run is a pretty serious problem for us because it's the main artery off the mountain, right? It gets really clogged with traffic, especially on weekend afternoons and holidays. And we do our best to slow people down for all the intersections out there. You guys have all seen us out there. We'll have like 6 or 8 patrollers just standing on the mountain run, kind of slowing people down. And that's because we're really concerned about collisions. There's a big focus right now in the industry on preventing collisions, and the place that we're going to focus on is the mountain run. And the only way to do that is just to ski slower and stay in your lane, not pass people, and help us out a little bit. As employees and part of the team, we hold you guys to a higher standard, okay? and thank you for complying with us. We really do appreciate it. But just want to be clear that on the mountain run, there's a couple specific areas that we're really concerned about. One is the Tower 20 Traverse, where it's really narrow. Another one is the lead into Bellevue, where it goes underneath the headwall chair. The Saddle Gate, the bottom of headwall lift, and then again at the going across the base area. So if there's any places that you guys really can help us out on, those are the places where we really need to slow down. Those are the constriction areas, and that's where we're hanging out, trying to slow people. So what am I missing here, Jamil? Just wanted to touch on that. You know, if you have any questions, come talk to us personally.
Come say hi.
Come say hi. We're friendly. We don't want to yell at you.
Gubby's not here.
Gubby's not here?
So we're all pretty good. We talked about everything. Just again, a lot of respect for these people. These guys are saving lives. They're out here saving lives, trying to do the best they can. They are not your enemy. They are your friends, and they're out here to help everybody. So when you get a chance, say hi. Let them know you're on the freestyle team. Tell them thank you.
I want a freestyle team.
All right. We know that you guys are the best skiers on the mountain, so you don't need to prove it to us, okay? Any questions?
Thanks for all being on the pass. Thanks for coming, Will. Appreciate it.
Thanks, guys.
Okay, just a few more things and we're going to get out of here. And we're going to go skiing in the rain because we don't care. Because we're going to go skiing. All right, sit back down. We're not quite done yet. So some of you new guys that don't know, we are a 501c3 nonprofit foundation, right? We work closely with Squaw, but we're a separate deal. We're all on our own, right? Our own workers' comp, our own liability insurance, right? Everything is on our own around here. Basically what you see is it, top to bottom, okay? There's a lot of good that comes from this, right? We're not strangleholded. We're gonna do what makes it work. We're gonna do what the best we can possibly do to make this team the best. But that also means we don't have any corporate backing, right? We have to pay for our hill space. We have to pay for our cat time, right? We have to put on our own competitions, and we have to cover those insurance costs that are going crazy right now. We also supply a scholarship program, right? To 6 different kids in here that are needy, that wrote a great scholarship application, and that scholarship program is really close to our heart, and it's really awesome. We'll bring those kids up real quick at the end. All of our funding comes in through basically 2 ways: your registration fee and donations, and that's basically it. All right. So if you do have the means, please help us out. It was a good year for the stock market, I've heard. I don't have too much money in it. But if you have a corporate backing that matches donations, right? Hit us up. See if we can't get on that list. If you have the means, help us out. We need your help. Our goal this year is 50 grand in donations. In any way we can get it. Hit the payment and work for it. And just so you know, our official name on the nonprofit, like Benevity list or whatever, is the Olympic Valley Freestyle and Freeride Team. The Olympic Valley Freestyle and Freeride Team. Can't use the name Squaw legally. Yeah. Second of all, we are hosting national championships here this year and next year. This is for mobile skiing. This is a big deal. This is the best, some of the best skiers in the world and all the best skiers in the country coming here to compete for 3 days, hopefully in the sunshine, right at the bottom, right on the hill, Red Dog, that you train on. Now, we're not just hosting nationals to host nationals. We're doing it for a reason. We're doing it so you guys can reach out and say hi and touch these U.S. team athletes. To believe that you two can be there, that you two can make the team. All right? This is a massive undertaking. It's going to take a year of building, not that massive. A month of building that course. It's going to take a lot of help. It's going to take a lot of volunteer help. Right? Some of you moms and dads want to get rid of that dad bod. March is a great time to start shoveling, so you're the first guy to take your shirt off. Okay. Right? I need a lot of help, and I'm going to be reaching out to a lot of you. And we'll try to recuperate that in some way, right? But it's going to take a lot of volunteer help with shoveling, lugging gear, barbecues. We want to make this the best nationals since the last time we hosted it in 2009 or 10. We want to make this for the athletes something special to be a part of, instead of just another competition at a higher level. We're going to go all out for this. It's going to take a lot of work and a lot of effort. You're going to see a volunteer sheet be up on the website and up on a Google Doc. I'm asking for a lot of volunteers. It's all going to be laid out. You're going to see what the jobs are available, and all the help is much needed. Much needed. All right? It's going to be a great time and an opportunity for these kids that are younger to finally see what's going on with the big boys, and to see what they're laying down, and to know that they can do it too, because it's right on the same course that they train. All right? By the way, the official competition is the 17th through the 22nd of March. But there's weeks of building before that. Okay, so Shelly's going to come up here and go through whatever I forgot, or say a few things, I believe.
First of all, we have some product in the back. So if you guys want anything from the back, or if we don't have your size back there, we can grab it out of the locker room. We have a bunch of boxes in there with every size. Just let me know and we'll write it down and then invoice you later. We don't want to deal with cash and cards and everything today, so just let us know what you get.
Christmas
and you
is
can
coming.
get
Christmas
whatever
gifts.
you want. We have tons of stuff. Next, I was going to talk about May. We'll probably do May camps again. Not probably, we are. The U.S. ski team is bringing out their Young Guns team. So there will be a course made, and we'll do it just like we did last year on the weekends, a couple weekends in May. So prep yourself. Team ends April 19th, but we will get back on the snow in May. Last year we had a great turnout for that, so please come out and do that again, because we got a lot of good training in and it was really fun. Summer. This summer was awesome. Again, we did the adventure camp again. We only did 1 week again. I really want to do 2 weeks next summer. The takeaways from that camp are amazing. To see the progression from in 5 days that a kid can make on that airbag is really impressive. I had one mom call me and say that it was the best camp her kid has ever done and had the most fun that she's ever had. She was 13 years old, so it's not just for the 9-year-olds, it's not just for the high school kids, it's for the whole range. So I would love to see more signups on the adventure camp. I think we can do max around 10 kids each week. So get involved in that. We'll put the signups on the website very soon. As for travel, I already have all the travel docs made, so those will be coming up on the website this week. If you do want to go to Park City, we're going to have 12 places in the condo. So the first 12, first come, first serve, will be on there. If you're 12 or younger, please stay with your parents. And if you're right on the border and you're mature, you can stay with us. And then, and then for junior nationals, we have a house that can sleep 14 kids, so that's going to fill up also very quickly, so get in on that one. And then I think the last thing was that I thought Will might mention that he may have spaced was avalanche beacons. Please remember, if we're going out on a powder day, to wear your avalanche beacons. Parents, if you have access to getting your child an avalanche beacon, the danger is real, and we would like to see the kids wearing those on heavy storm days.
Also know how to use those avalanche beacons. Some of the most fun I had was learning to use my avalanche beacon. We'd go to the grocery store and one person would hide it somewhere, and then we'd walk to the grocery store and try to find it. It was so much fun. But there are avalanche classes. Kevin will have an idea of what those are sooner than later with the Big Mountain program. But you can go and get educated and all that stuff. So right now I want to just bring up our scholarship athletes and recognize them really quick. It's a big deal for us, and these kids are going to work really hard, and they know that it's not just a freebie deal. They got to put in a little extra effort. And I don't know if they're all here today because some are missing, but please stand up and be recognized. Maria Adams. Kobe Melrose. Tyler Poulin. Mark Hart. Elena Tebb. And Gemma Russell. Congratulations, you guys. Get ready to work your tails off. Last thing. So, like Shelly said, the clothing's in the back. If you don't get to it today and you got to run out and go skiing, you can always hit me up after team. We can sort you out. We got hats, we got sweatshirts, we got some sweatpants, t-shirts, long sleeves. We got a bunch of stuff. If you want to buy some old stuff, I'll give it away for a dime. There are team jackets back there. Anybody that wants to order a team jacket, we do have team jackets. The way it works is, you order it from me. I have a reserved spot at Patagonia that they push the jacket out, it gets logoed, and then it gets to us. That process takes a little while. I don't just pre-buy jackets, I've been left with too many. So, if you go on the website, on the very first page of the website, you scroll down to the bottom, or you go to the news section, it'll say order your 2020 team jacket. You can just put your name in and order the jacket. There's Kobe Melrose and Maria Adams wasting time outside. So, if you don't have your jacket, there are some sizes back there. You can also just go to the Patagonia store, get sized out, go on the website and order it. Alright? I will make the order the first order will go on Monday, and it'll be week to week after that. Okay? It does take a while to get logoed, but it will only take a couple weeks. So, last thing before we introduce Nina with the concussions here. I want to be serious for one moment. For one moment, I want your attention. Okay? I know it's late. I know we're going to go skiing. But, again, I'm just going to push this out to you guys. I just want to be clear about what we're doing. Alright? Skiing is dangerous, and we're trying to get some athletes to the highest level possible of this sport. The highest level possible. Alright? We want to be an inspiration to you, something that you can be motivated for when you get out of bed other than your axe. We want you to have a good time, work hard, and at the very least, keep skiing in your life. At the very least, do what your parents are doing for you. Going skiing. But make no mistake, there are heavy risks in what we are doing, and please understand that all the safety precautions that we take is for your safety. This is a new day and age, and we are in the middle of an out-of-control sports culture. It's out of control. I went to Woodward last week. I saw private coaches with 4-year-olds and video reviews with 2-year-olds. Relax, parents. Relax. They're kids. They're kids. Let us do our job. Right? Believe us. Trust us. You can put a lot of pressure on a kid by saying, oh my gosh, you got a backflip. You got a backflip for JRs. You got a backflip. We know. We know when they can do it on the ramp, but we know when they're ready and when they're not ready on the hill. Okay? I just want you to know that you can get to the upper level of this sport without risking everything. Okay? This has got to be clear. You don't have to flip. You don't have to jump the biggest cliff out there in a big mountain competition to win it. Okay? You can get to the top without doing high risky things. The whole sport is changing. The judging's changing. Right? You do not have to take the biggest line ever in the park competition to win. Your good, styly trick and stomp landing is going to beat it. gonna beat that loose, big trick. I guess what I'm trying to say is we are not going to force you into doing things you are not ready to do. All right? And you don't really want to do it. It's one thing to want to do it and to stand up on a jump, but we're going to see that if you're not going, we're not going to force you. Times have changed. We used to force a little bit, we used to push a little hard. We're going to gear back on that, center towards a little bit more fun, a little bit more relaxed. We'll see it in your eyes, we'll know when you're ready. All right? Just basically, I just want you to trust what we're doing, right? Don't put the pressure on the kids. They're young, they're just here to have fun. Let us do our job. If you want to talk to us, fine. But you can ruin a kid's day by saying, why didn't you flip on that trick? Or why didn't you hit the big line? Or why did Kevin and Guppy send you down not the most difficult line out there? I know you can do better than that, right? There's reasons. We're not just pulling crap out of our hat. We take it very seriously, and our first priority is safety, all right? But with that being said, I'm going to leave you with my favorite quote before Nina comes up here and talks about concussions. And my favorite quote is from Henry Ford, and it's, whether you believe you can or you can't, you are probably right. Think about that. Whether you believe you can or you can't, you're probably right. Okay, really quick, before we leave, this is Nina Winans. She is our resident team doctor. She has been a part of this program for 15 years. If I have a scrape, I ask her what to do. She knows everything. She's been awesome for our program, and she's at the forefront for concussion testing in the country. And concussions are a real thing, so hear what she has to say. Thank you.
Thanks, Jamil. Wow, so excited. Final season for us with Squaw Free. That's a little bittersweet. Just here to embarrass my daughter Britta. Anyway, we'll get back to so the safety thing. I remember when Annika, our oldest daughter, started on Squaw Free, and they were like, "Wow, you let your kids do that, and you're a sports medicine doc." And I go, Annika is probably the least of a risk taker than anyone in the world, and she still had a ton of success in this sport. And all of our kids, and I think that's what Jamil just said, is really important to remember. Sometimes it takes a lot more courage to step back than it does to leap. And these guys are so knowledgeable, they know how to do this, and building all the steps, it doesn't scare me. I see other parents at the big mountain comps and they're like, this, and I don't feel that way. Of course you're very glad when your kid comes down in one piece. Every parent here knows what that feels like. But we do take the safety very seriously on this team. It's one of the things I love about it, and on the thousands of others that you can hear about at the year-end banquet. But the concussions, the things that I want you kids to all remember about head injuries, and all of you parents, is that it can be really subtle. You might not have actually hit your head, you just took a big fall, you tumbled, you're not sure what's going on, but you just don't feel right. If you just don't feel right, or you're not making sense, or your buddy's not making sense on the lift, tell someone. We have ways to take a look at you and make sure that you're okay, and we know that it's really important for you not to be back out skiing if you have a concussion, you have an injury to your brain. I always say this, that everything I do in sports medicine, all the other limbs can be replaced. Some of the parents here might even know, some of the coaches might know. We can replace knees and shoulders and hips, but we only get one brain. And that, regardless of how great of an athlete you're gonna be, is how you're gonna be successful in life. You need your brain to be there with you. So we take that very seriously. We're gonna have some baseline concussion testing that's computer-based. It's called Impact Test. That's gonna be offered for 14 and up. I've done this for a long time. I've reviewed thousands of impact tests, and the younger than 14s, they just don't work. They can't concentrate, even if they're great on computers, they can't concentrate on the instructions. So we're aiming at that group. Next Friday, between 3:30 and 7 p.m., we have set aside the computer lab at Truckee High School. And so anyone who's interested, get their names to Jamil. We will check against our data. If you've already been tested within the last 2 years in the school district here, I will know that. If you've been tested elsewhere and you've had something called impact test at your own school or sports programs at home, you don't need to do it again. But we like to have that baseline test so that if you have a head injury, we go through the whole protocol, which is physical and mental rest, and if you have any other questions around that, just let us know. I can talk to you individually. We also have Anna Aldridge, who is our, she's not here today, but she's our athletic trainer, who's going to help kind of organize things. She's going to be out here on Fridays doing kind of an injury clinic, she and our other athletic trainer, Jordan. So if there's little stuff that's bothering you, you know, you have a quad strain, a hamstring strain, you have other kind of pesky little injuries, and you're not sure if it's enough to go to see a doctor or anything, let us know, let Jamil know, and then we'll get Anna in contact with you, maybe take a quick peek without a formal doctor's office visit. The thing is, if you have a pesky little injury, you don't move the same way, and it can lead to a much bigger and more significant thing. So we're here for you, being available as sort of informal for a lot of you who travel from the Bay Area or other places. You're not going to come into our office here. For those who are locally here, that you already know, most of you have been in my office. But happy to just kind of do a little side consultation. We want to make sure that you guys are fit and strong and healthy, and if something's bothering you, that it gets taken care of so that you can be the best you can be and as safe as possible. Thanks. Have a great season.
All right, we're gonna start skiing at noon. It is raining, the upper mountain is not open at this point in time. All right, so if you want to ski, we're gonna be here, we're gonna go skiing at noon. You can walk over, get a quick bite to eat, get set up in your locker, and let's go get ready to be the best team in the country. Let's do this.